Chosen one, do not scroll. Not yet. Because if something inside you has felt different lately, this is not coincidence. If you have sensed a quiet shift in your thinking, if certain conversations suddenly feel heavy, if old habits no longer excite you, if your tolerance for chaos has decreased, pause. This is not random. This is not emotional mood fluctuation. This is activation. I am Michael, and I am confirming what your spirit has already sensed, but your mind has been trying to analyze. Nothing about this transformation is by chance. Nothing about this shift is accidental. Nothing about this season is misaligned. Before the conflict, before the heartbreak, before the distance, before the doors closed, there was already movement scheduled over your life. You thought things were falling apart. They were falling into position. You thought you were losing stability. You were losing limitation. When heaven upgrades your assignment, your environment can no longer remain the same. You cannot carry old reactions into a new calling. You cannot keep old tolerance at a higher level. You cannot stay emotionally accessible to everything while being spiritually elevated. This transformation was destined because your next level requires a different version of you. You have been shedding silently, outgrowing arguments, outgrowing validation, outgrowing the need to explain yourself repeatedly. You are no longer reacting from insecurity. You are responding from discernment. And discernment is a sign of elevation. Have you noticed how quickly you see patterns now? How certain energies feel obvious? How certain dynamics no longer confuse you? That clarity did not appear randomly. It was cultivated. Every disappointment trained you. Every delay matured you. Every separation sharpened you. Destiny does not shout. It restructures quietly, strategically. You are not behind. You are being repositioned. The doors that closed were not rejection. They were protection. The people who drifted were not loss. They were filtration. The discomfort you feel is not instability. It is expansion stretching your capacity. Transformation feels like isolation before it feels like influence. Because leadership is built in private before it is revealed in public. You are being built privately right now. Your mindset is stabilizing. Your emotions are grounding. Your standards are rising. And when standards rise, access decreases. Your circle feels smaller because clarity is stronger. Your tolerance feels lower because vision is clearer. You are no longer negotiating with red flags. You are no longer romanticizing inconsistency. You are no longer waiting for potential to replace reality. This is authority forming. Authority does not argue loudly. It decides quietly. You are stepping into decision mode. And when destiny activates, resistance increases. Have you noticed that the moment you chose peace, something tried to provoke you? The moment you chose discipline, distraction appeared. The moment you committed to growth, old temptations resurfaced. That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. Pressure reveals what is still unstable. You are not being attacked. You are being strengthened. You are learning to stay silent when you could argue, to walk away when you could retaliate, to observe instead of react. That restraint is power. Because what is ahead of you requires emotional stability. Favor is coming, but favor without discipline collapses. Influence is coming, but influence without maturity destroys. Increase is coming, but increase without boundaries invites chaos. This transformation was necessary. You could not carry your previous emotional habits into your next assignment. You could not bring your former reactions into your future responsibility. Some relationships were seasonal. Some environments were training grounds. Some disappointments were preparation. Graduation always feels like separation, but separation is advancement. The version of you emerging now does not chase validation, does not beg for understanding, does not shrink to maintain comfort. You are becoming steady, grounded, unshakable, and that stability will attract aligned opportunity. The doors opening soon will require this calm. The conversations approaching will require this clarity. The responsibility forming will require this discipline. Nothing about this shift is random. Every delay shaped you. Every disappointment refined you. Every moment of confusion repositioned you. The transformation was written before you recognized it, and now you are stepping into it consciously. Do not rush this process. Do not compare your timing. Do not question your evolution. Trust the restructuring. Trust the silence. Trust the shift. Because what was destined cannot be reversed, and what is unfolding now is only the beginning. Chosen one, now that you understand this transformation was destined, you must understand what comes next. Destiny does not stop at awareness. It demands alignment. There is a difference between knowing you are changing and fully cooperating with the change. Right now, your greatest responsibility is not speed. It is stability. You are entering a phase where decisions will define direction more than emotions ever did. You will be presented with opportunities. Some will look familiar, some will look tempting, some will look like shortcuts. But not everything that opens is permission. Not everything that returns is restoration. Not everything that feels urgent is aligned. Discernment will protect what destiny is building. You cannot afford emotional impulsiveness in this season. You cannot afford to reopen what already proved unstable. You cannot afford to shrink just because someone feels uncomfortable with your growth. Your elevation will disturb people who benefited from your hesitation. Your clarity will unsettle people who relied on your confusion. Your boundaries will frustrate people who accessed you without effort. But that discomfort is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is stewardship. You are being trusted with greater capacity, greater influence, greater opportunity. And capacity without discipline becomes collapse. So, this is the season of restraint. Restraint in speech, restraint in reaction, restraint in exposure. Move quietly, not secretly from fear, quietly from wisdom. Not every idea needs announcement. Not every plan needs validation. Not every blessing needs broadcast. Let your results mature before they are revealed. Let your foundation solidify before it is displayed, because premature exposure weakens long-term strength. You are being positioned for stability, not hype, not temporary elevation. Stability. You may feel slower. That is intentional. You may feel more selective. That is necessary. You may feel detached from noise. That is maturity. In the coming days, you will notice something subtle. Less internal conflict. Less overthinking. Less desire to prove. More certainty. More peace. More decisiveness. That is alignment locking in. Once alignment locks in, momentum accelerates. Doors will begin to open that match your new frequency. Conversations will align with your new standards. Resources will flow toward your disciplined posture. But remember this, destiny rewards consistency more than intensity. Small disciplined choices repeated daily will build what dramatic emotional decisions never could. Stay grounded. Stay observant. Stay disciplined. Because the transformation was not meant to excite you temporarily. It was meant to reposition you permanently. And what is coming requires the version of you that is calm under pressure, clear under distraction, stable under success. Chosen one, you are not becoming someone else. You are becoming who you are always meant to be. Stand firm in it. Protect your growth. Guard your peace. And let destiny unfold without interference. The shift has already begun. Now walk in it.